Now, every so often I get orders for certain flies that you rarely tie, and this is this is a fly here. It's a low water style salmon fly, and what you can see here is this is the Logie at the top with the blue hackle. It's the same fly, difference being it's got a natural brown hackle on it, and you can see, look, totally different flies, just with the change of that hackle. Now I'm going to tie this version, the blue hackle version. That's why I'm wearing this darker colour, so that you can see the blue much better. Now it's reasonably easy to tie. The proportions is the one I've really got to tie 2 or 3 to get into the sort of the style. Now the hook I'm using, this is a size 6. It's a low water style hook, and as you can see, it's got a long extended bend. Basically going to tie well short of the point, or just short of the point, and the tail will go probably no further than the barb, maybe just slightly by, but not much further than that. So it's basically to get into the style, so I've got to tie a few just to get used to it. Now I've got other patterns to tie, and so I thought I would show you this. This is the Logie's a lovely fly, it's a nice pattern. Now just because the yellow at the back, I'm going to start off with the yellow thread just to keep it nice and bright, and this is the Unithread 80 in yellow, so I'm just going to run the wax through. Now if you look at the style of this hook, you see how the wire's been bent to form the eye. So obviously you've got that small step. Now what I'm going to do is start, say, the area where the hackle would probably start, from there, and work my way down until I get to that step, which is there. And then I'm going to tie in. Now you can either use an oval tinsel for the tag or a flat tinsel. It's kind of up to yourself. I've got both. I'm going to tie with the flat tinsel just to show you. You could use whatever you have. This is a number 2 tinsel, or a small. Now what I'm going to do is catch it on the side and then work my way down. Now try and get the turns as smooth as possible, get them as close as you can. First thing is get an idea and measure, so I would always use another fly, just get my measurements right, so that would be about right there. So I'm well short of the point, and then I'm going to form the tag. Now first thing I'm going to do is make sure the thread's nice and flat. I'll be a bit of wax on it as well. The wax will give the tinsel a lot more grip. To about there, you're looking, this small tinsel, probably around about 4 to 5 turns. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's fine, that's enough for me. And secure that on. Now we trim this to the point where the yellow floss would probably get to, around about there. Now before going any further, I'm going to tie in some golden pheasant crest feathers. Try and keep it as smooth as possible. This is golden pheasant crest, but you can see it's a bit brighter than normal. I've actually dyed it, so to lift the colour. Now I've dyed it sunburst. Now I'm looking for 2 small feathers. Now you can see these are twisted all the wrong way. Now what I do anyway, if you look at there's the shape I want coming up and away from the hook, towards the barb of the hook. So I hold that, and there's the twist. As you can see, the twist is in towards the dressing of the fly. So then what I do is come round, and this should sit. Now that's not as good as I'd like, so go back and hold the tail, go back, keep the thread always tight. Again, just to get the shape that you want. That looks okay. And then what I'm going to do is carry on up. And then trim this in line with the shape of the, I'll show you where the hook, the eye has been formed, as I said earlier. I'm cutting in line with that, so that's helping to fill this up. So what I'm going to do is then take my thread up, keeping it on my side. Best way to try and keep it where you want. is to angle the thread like away from you. If you imagine I'm sort of I'm winding that way, not straight. If you wind it straight, it'll roll it. If you wind it at an angle, it tends to stay on that side. That will compensate for that twist. And you see I've missed one of the fibres there. So take that away. Way back down, we tie in a small oval silver tinsel. Now we tie it from that point, the step on this side. You can see the step. It's very hard to get rid of that, but we can try by just using materials to fill it up. And I'm going to work my way down. Just bring the oval tinsel to the underside, all the way down to the tail. Just, if you're happy with that, which I am, we then use some just uni floss in yellow. Catch this in. The length of it's about a third of the way up. You could go half sometimes, but it's around about a third of the way for the body. Then just form the body with the floss. And what I'm doing here is just slightly spreading it. It's just a rayon type floss. This you could use the normal or the traditional silks if you want. To that point there, across your thread. Now at this point you can always go back if you're not happy with the body. Now that looks not too bad. I'm just checking where it is, the distance from the tag, making sure it's in the right area. You can always have a wee test to see how the tinsel will start. Looks okay, so I carry on up, because it's once you trim this away, you basically either got to go right back. Again, I'm going to trim this to the length of that point where the shape of the eye is formed. I'm just tapping here just to keep it on the side, stop it rolling, so I go a wee bit quicker. Now I'm going to come up to the point where the body's going to, the red, maybe a wee bit. See how it's looking. If you see that it's starting to level out a bit better. Now we get the red uni. I'm using the uni floss in red. A couple of ways you can form the body. You can wind to the yellow, or you can take it down and wind up. Now what I'm going to show you is how to wind to the body. So I'm going to come in with a couple of turns, so, and then wind down. Now it's starting to spread a wee bit, so what I'm going to have to do is go back. Just run your fingers through, what's that, straight now, and just work your way down. If it wants to going to spread on you, just go closer to the turning area, the area where it's closest to the hook, and then we can wind to that point, and then wind back up. So help you form the taper, give you a nice tight body as well. Same time, I'm always trying to compensate for that bend in the hook. Cross your thread, 2 or 3 turns in, trim away the floss, just watch your thread when you do that. Now what we do here is put a bit of wax on my thread, just gives you that wee bit extra grip. See how things are sitting, then we can bring the rib up. You're looking about 5 times. Catch it on, nice and tight. Trim away the excess. Again, I'm going to wax the thread so it gives it plenty of grip. Now, hackle, I'm just using a Chinese hen. You could use a cock hackle if you want. I've tied 1 or 2 with a cock hackle. They don't have the hackle fibres too long. You want them reasonably short to keep the kind of short style. Tie this in by the tip. Just going to trim it, save a bit of bulk here. So the thread's waxed, so plenty of grip there. Just catch it on the side, nice and tight. Then I'm going to use the point of the scissors to fold the hackle. So just on the leading side of the edge, it's going to be onto the fly first. Just running the scissors down, and then we just nice straight turns. Just work our way down till we get enough hackle, till we're happy enough anyway. If I'm happy with that, so then follow it up with the thread, but a 90-degree bend into the stem. I'm going to show you some, see how this there, you can actually see how I've opened the fibres out so I can get the thread turns in. If I take these fibres away, you'll see better. That means then I'm tying straight onto the stem and not onto hackle fibres, which can bulk up the head, so I can trim away this. These X ones here, I can peel them away or trim them away. I'm being stubborn. Bit of wax on my thread, carry one up to that point there. I'm going to change the thread now because it's a black head in this fly. So I'm changing to the Uni 80 in black. Trim away your waist, the black and your yellow thread. Then we can carry down to the hackle. See how things are sitting. Just bring it down a wee bit. Overall shape's okay. Now for the underwing, now the wing can be really thin. It depends on how you want to view it. This is Goose primary feathers. Now there's many feathers you could use for these flies. It's just that I happen to have these, and it's the ideal colour, nice warm yellow. Now you can use like a goose shoulder, turkey even, duck, white duck, depending on the size of the fly. Now I'm just going to keep this wing reasonably small. Now you need a right and a left side. Still want to be able to see the yellow. Once it's fished you'll see it more than you will when you put the bronze mallard over it. I'm just making sure these are both the same width. Now you're going to see the underside of the wing. You want the natural curve of the feathers coming round, standard wet style. Now check the length. Now the length basically to the tag, the tips towards the tag, it's up to yourself. You can go much shorter. I've tied them shorter as well. Now I'm just looking at the width of the wing, making sure it's okay. Making sure the tips are lined up. You can come over, take your time when you do this. Now a lot of the times I'll crease the wing 2 or 3 turns, make sure it's sitting, especially if this is sitting right. Check the length, check that you're okay with the shape. To me that looks fine. So what I'm going to do, make sure it's not going to move. A bit of wax on my thread, trim away the waist. Then I'm going to put the bronze mallard on top. I'm going to make sure this is tidy a bit, and always to make sure there's wax on your thread. Bronze mallard, I've got a small feather here which I've been using. I've got a right and a left side. These are small to medium sized feathers. All I'm going to do here is redrop from either side, just as I did with the yellow. Not too much. Again, this is up to yourself how you do this. I'm going to line them up with the underside of the feather because the natural curve is coming in. Then do the fly slightly by, make sure the tips are lined up. This gives you good support, so this will come towards the end of the yellow. Set them on top. Nice and easy, just draw the thread through a pinch and loop. Another one. A couple more just to make sure nothing's going to move. So a wee quick loop. That looks okay, I'm happy enough with that. These are going to be fished, they're not for display, so make sure they're tied. Now, 2 jungle cock eyes. Already prepared them, basically taking away the fluff. Stems there. The eye can be short as long as you want. I've seen the eye in these reasonably long, so you can put them on individually or both together. I'll put them on individually just to show you. So catch that on the side. Just use the pressure or the weight of the bobbin really, just to get it to sit the way you want. Got the other eye, going on this side. Check the length. Normally I'd put them both at the same time, but see how they're going, looks okay. Now at this point I'm going to make sure my thread's in the area where I want. Now I always tuck back the stems of the jungle cock so that they never pull out, they've got to break off. So what I do is come down a bit, say halfway, then I get the stems of the jungle cock, fold these back. Just take your time you do that. Just fold them back, hold them, bring your thread to the front, to the front of the eye, or the head, sorry. And then I work the thread from up from that. Put wax on your thread, it'll give you the grip and the confidence as well to sort of be nice and tight, because if you do that it'll not slip. Now just before I get to the top, what I'm going to do is trim away the waste of the jungle cock. Just check and see how things are sitting. Looks okay. And then tidy the head up. Foot finish. Tighten up. Trim away the thread. And do that. Nice and slim. Lovely profile is what you're looking for. Just make sure everything's, all the excess wax away. Now what I'm going to do here is speed up the process of varnishing. I'm going to use the super glue. It's a very light coat all the way around. Watch you don't touch the feathers. This is a super glue, this is the Fully Mill super glue. Comes with the brush. Very easy to apply. Now it's important that you let that dry. Once it's dry, then you can basically coat a couple of coats of varnish. And if the fly's as bright as that is just now, and neat. So, well, that's the Logie as a low water style. As you see, is a really nice wee fly. Certainly a fly which I enjoy tying anyway, but it's going to be fished. It's unusual tying on a hook like this, but it's a style, it's a traditional style, so I hope you enjoyed that.